So welcome to this special Codebreaker Coach Opportunity webinar. Small, intimate group. I love it. You guys get the VIP treatment. Brian, you have front row seats, just so you know. You're the best musician we got in the group, and you got VIP seats. So thanks for taking time out of your day to join us today to hear about this special opportunity. So I have the opportunity to introduce our founder and our creator of this extraordinary methodology. You know, this is what's making a difference in the world. And as we know, the world can use some difference making. So please help me welcome our entrepreneur, the business icon, best-selling author, founder, CEO of Codebreaker Technology, Sherry Tree. Come on out.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. Great seeing you. Listen, I recognize everyone here except for you, Brian. So I know we're calling you out, but are you already one of our Codebreaker community members?
I am. I'm brand new here tonight. Michelle invited me to join this group tonight, and I was delighted to have that opportunity. Thank you.
Lucky us. Thank you. And where are you joining us from?
I am in Rockford, Illinois, the Forest City, and the home of Cheap Trick. So,
well, you sound like you have a radio voice. That's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Perfect. So, Brian, because I'm singling you out on this, have you seen anything related to who we are as a company or what the coaching opportunity is about?
I've seen a little bit about it. You know, I've known Michelle for I suppose a year or two now, and so I put my style in the in my name. I renamed myself, you know, with my
I love it
in there, you know. So and I think Michelle, you're a ANKB. Is that right? I thought she was Egyptian. The ANKB. That sounded like that sounds like an Egyptian name, you know. But anyway, that's try to have a humorous approach to things. So.
Well, I'm happy to have you here along with our other guests, and we get a lot of people on the replays. And so I'm going to do a special webinar today to talk about a pretty amazing opportunity as our company is expanding and looking for incredible talent. We're in the process of looking for more coaches and trainers who want to get certified with us in this methodology called BANK, which you are hopefully familiar with. And then as the marketplace is demanding more and more of what we've got, it just creates a growth opportunity. And that's why we've asked our existing community members and our certified coaches and trainers to reach out. And if they know some people that are talented, that are looking for a great opportunity to impact lives and make a lot more money doing so, then this is what this special private webinar is about. Normally our webinars have a lot more people on it, but this is kind of an impromptu one that I wanted to do since we're in the middle of a current certification round. I wanted to take the opportunity to kind of give a sneak peek of what's happening and what's coming up and welcome each of you. So for those of you that are guests, please type into the chat box where you're joining us from. And that way we can give a big shout out and hello to you. Brian, we've got to say hi to you. Tiffany, hello, welcome. Stephanie, hello, welcome. Cindy, Brian, like there's a lot of amazing individuals that are here and are, of course, existing coaches and community. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And what I'm going to walk you through is who we are, what we're up to, who we're looking for, why we're looking for potentially you, and kind of what's in it for you to partner and align with us. So this is a webinar about becoming a certified Codebreaker coach with our BANK iOS program, which I'll introduce you to here. This is me, the founder and owner of the company, Codebreaker Technologies. We've had a lot of amazing success in the marketplace and continue to expand. And the business model of not only the 21st century, but in a post-COVID world shows coaching being absolutely one of the dominant industries to help professionals and even people personally level up, skill up, and be able to accelerate and optimize their life in many, many ways. We've developed a virtual coaching program that our certified coaches have the ability to deliver straight from the comfort of their home office from anywhere in the world for their client base. And so it's created a very mobile, forward thinking model, and it allows you to grow and scale a business. Our company has continued to grow into the tens of millions of dollars in revenue, and we've been very fortunate. And the biggest reason for our expansion has been word of mouth referrals of happy clients telling other happy people about what bank is, who Codebreaker is, and what we're up to. So we have at least 4 or 5 of the top online business models for the year 2022. We're in at least 4 or 5 of those categories across our ecosystem here. Now, who we are as a company is we're the world leader in personality coding technology. Now, we're not just a tech company, we're high tech and we're high touch. And what makes it high touch are you, the individuals that are getting certified, that are out there teaching and preaching the bank methodology to impact people's lives and to make a difference. And that's really what we're committed to as a company. Our mission is to connect and empower humanity. And we stand behind that mission wholeheartedly. Those are the types of people that we're looking for, who put people before profits. And we absolutely love people to be financially motivated while they're in the process of impacting people's lives. And our whole mantra as a company and our brand promise, when our clients consume the bank products, our tools, our training, and our technology, is at the end of the day, what we teach them how to grasp is to make people matter. And when they learn this philosophy, their life improves in every single dimension. And so this is what our brand promise is. We want you to feel this impact from us directly. If you're part of our certified community, if you're part of our customer base community, or if you're part of the people who are just simply hearing our messaging. How big is our community? We're more than 250,000 people strong. And I would still say it's a completely grassroots, underground, viral program that has impacted lives across many, many countries. And this is kind of the genetic bank code makeup of our community globally, with nurturers leading the charge. And that's the heart-based part of our code. 91,000 nurturers across the country, around the world, have cracked their code and have in some format participated with Codebreaker. The next category is 63,000 action personality types have connected to our brand. 56,000 blueprints have looked to us for some type of step-by-step process, and 42,000 people in the knowledge category coming to us for innovative technology and methodology. And so when you look at this demographic, it just goes to show this is a nice little slice of the world pie. And we're so happy to be touching this many lives. And we believe that we need to start to add not only some zeros to this, but some commas to this. We want to scale this up into the millions, the tens of millions. Quite frankly, our goal as a company is to crack the code of 8 billion people on this planet. And that would account for every single human in the world. Because every human in the world has a bank code, whether they know it and have unlocked it and discovered it or not. And we want themselves to not only understand themselves better, but we want everyone in their world throughout the journey of their life to know them and to understand them and to communicate more effectively as we create this global mission and impact. Everything in our ecosystem at Codebreaker is based on the bank methodology. I'm the inventor of this methodology more than 20 years ago. If you haven't heard of it yet, I'll be giving you a very quick intro. You can certainly learn a lot more in some of our other videos and recordings about the program itself. It's personality based, it's profit focused, it's people centered, and it's purpose driven. And I think this is a great summation of kind of who we are and the essence of what we've created. By introduction to the codes themselves, the blueprint person, and this is for those of you that you may categorize yourself as this, or people in your life, or as one of our certified coaches, the type of client that you're looking for. A blueprint client is going to come to you because they're looking for a roadmap. They're looking for a step-by-step plan. They're looking for accountability. They're looking for ways to achieve their goals hit their milestones. What you see on the screen here are 12 different words that would typify them and classify them as a blueprint based on their value sets. They value stability, structure, systems, planning, processes, predictability, responsibility, duty, rules, credentials, titles, and tradition. So this is what makes up the DNA of a blueprint personality type in the bank system, followed by the action. The movers and shakers and millionaire makers, the people who want to hurry up and get things done, they want to go big or go home, have a completely different set of values. They value freedom, flexibility, spontaneity, action, opportunity, excitement, attention, stimulation, competition, winning, having fun, and they care all about their image. Now, this action personality type may be you, and you're like, I love the opportunity to work for myself and make unlimited income. Nobody acting like a boss or controlling my time. Or it might be your client who's looking for an inside competitive advantage to allow them to accelerate in the marketplace, win the contests, and crush their competition. You want to understand the breed of the action type. The nurturing personality type, the N in bank, is someone who's going to be a lot more people-centric. N stands for nurturing, and you can see the values on the screen. They value relationships, authenticity, personal growth, significance, teamwork, involvement, community, charity, ethics, harmony, morality, and contribution. This client cares more about making a difference than they do about making a dollar. They care more about impact than income. They care more about people than profits. Those are just kind of some fun little slogans to typify and help you understand the nature of the nurturer. And interestingly, they're the largest part of our Codebreaker ecosystem. Probably, thank goodness, that the world has a lot of these amazing people. They easily and readily adopt the mission and the mantra to make people matter. And pulling up the last piece of the bank code, the Ks. The Ks are super smart intellectually. They're data-driven machines, and they have a completely different set of values. And it's so important that we understand the characteristics and the values of each of the 4 personality types. The knowledge person values learning, intelligence, logic, self-mastery, technology, research and development, science, universal truths, expertise, competence, accuracy in the big picture. What's fascinating about the knowledge personality type is they are unable to move forward unless you're able to meet them at their level. They do not want to make mistakes. They're going to be looking to you for expertise. And that's why we would certify you in this methodology so that you can be that expert for them. The knowledge personality type is awesome. And what's important to understand is that every single human, including yourself and the clients that you would be coaching and mentoring through our programs, are a composite of all 4 codes. Every person in the world is part blueprint, part action, part nurturing, and part knowledge. And that's what makes up their bank code. Now, we've developed the tools, the training, the technologies, including artificial intelligence that Forbes touted as the future of sales, a remarkable artificial intelligence that can determine someone's bank code using AI in nanoseconds, along with additional technologies and the methodology itself. We've developed courses and training and curriculum. And the latest advancement that we've added to our product line is our coaching program. And that's what I'm going to walk you through today. I think this is a great quote from Les Brown, who says, look, this methodology is a game changer, because what it does for your clients is it's going to strengthen their confidence by helping them understand people, what to say to people, and not have the rejection that they would typically get. Huge confidence increase, huge self-esteem boost. It's also going to expand their selling skills, which in business, whether they're in traditional business, whether they're employees or executives, the 3 E's, entrepreneurs, employees, or executives. These are incredible skills, communication skills, influence skills. They're going to level those up with the bank system. And of course, dramatically increase income, whether you're building a business and using the methodology to increase revenues, or you're advancing yourself in your career and getting yourself higher salaries and compensation packages, and possibly shares in the company. There's ways to advance your financial success as a result of using Bank. And it's so much more than that. Just a quick backstory of what Bank did for me financially as the creator of the program. I was a salesperson, financial advisor, starving to death. My first 5 years without the methodology, I really struggled playing sales as the numbers game, being conditioned and brainwashed to go for no, and being told that in order to get more yeses, I had to get more nos. Until I woke up one day and I said, that's actually the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Because the truth is, in order to get more yeses, you actually have to get more yeses. And so as I found the path and discovered and basically cracked the code to the science of getting yeses based in personality science, and built the Bank methodology based in biology, B-U-Y-ology, instead of psychology, everything changed for me. My first year using the program, I was able to take my income from 72,000 to over 500,000, a 7x increase, and I did it in 1/3 the time. I went from 60 to 80 hours a week down to 20 to 30. And that was a game changer for me on both money and quality of life. And I believe that most of our clients around the world are looking for the same thing. They not only want to make more money, they actually want to have a better quality of life with time to enjoy it and quality relationships to spend it with. And that's ultimately the gift that we create. As I started sharing it with others, my income started to skyrocket to over $1 million a year. And by 33 years old, I was a 7-figure income earner, and I never looked back. So I pledged at that point that I would commit myself to bringing this methodology to the world. It had made such a dramatic difference for me in my life that I began to speak all over the world and share this with as many people that would listen to this message. And as I said, Bank does far more than just impact revenue. It also impacts relationships. We've had countless people come to us and say, Bank saved my marriage. Bank made me a better parent, a better human being. It made me kinder and more approachable. It made me more authentic. It's prevented suicide with several teenagers. We've got schools using it for anti-bullying programs. We've got churches using it for marriage ministries. We've got universities using it to increase the understanding and the learning process between faculty and students. The applications are very robust. And this is what's created unprecedented opportunity for the world to be ready for a new personality assessment tool and entire ecosystem built around this methodology. Now, the reason that I wanted to do this special webinar today is because the marketplace has changed and the world has changed. And I think we're all very aware of this post-COVID. 2 years ago, when COVID hit and we were all kind of disoriented and wondering when the 2 weeks to flatten the curve was going to be over, I was pregnant and on bed rest when we as a company had to pivot, and we had so many of our clients that were coming to us saying, do you guys have a coaching program? Do you have a coach certification program? At the time, we didn't. But it was also the perfect moment in time to slow down, for me to slow down, pregnant on bed rest, and all my speaking engagements and live audiences were canceled and postponed into the future at some unknown time. It gave me the ability to download the next level of innovation for our company and for our community. And that ultimately led us to where we are today. We've got hundreds and hundreds of people who have gotten certified on the Bank methodology, who are proactively engaged in sharing it with people in their network and touching lives, changing lives, saving lives, impacting lives, using it. And the marketplace has totally changed. What worked pre-COVID doesn't work the same today. You'll see businesses that were strong before COVID that are completely gone post-COVID, because the world has changed and humans have changed the way they see the world. And I'm going to take you through that right now, what we're calling the Great Transformation, and why we are perfectly positioned and primed for this message to absolutely become one of the most resonating messages of all time in this post-pandemic world. Now, I want to walk you through a few elements of why this is so. I'm going to start off, each one of these elements are going to start with the letter T. I'm going to start off by sharing with you the concept behind technology. Technology is accelerating at a rate that I don't think any of our brains can actually fathom. And as much as technology is designed to connect us, like right now via Zoom, or via our mobile and cell devices, or via our computers and email, technology is also completely unraveling and disconnecting human relationships. For example, if you thought this was bad with your teenagers, or if you've walked into restaurants and seen people sitting at the same table but not talking to each other because they're on their digital devices, where this is heading is about to become unimaginable. You may have heard of terms like Meta, Web 3.0, and the metaverse. Well, get ready and buckle up, because with the introduction of these technologies called 5G, AI, artificial intelligence, VR, virtual reality, and AR, augmented reality, life as you know it is never going to be the same. And where we're heading into the future, into the metaverse, why our coaches and our code breaker community is very passionate about this right now is because if you have children or grandchildren, I have a little 2-year-old son, what they're predicting is that these next generations are going to be spending 50% of their lifetime in the metaverse, in a virtual reality and an augmented reality, to the point that they won't know the distinction between actual reality and virtual reality. They won't know how to communicate with real human beings because they've learned a cryptic way of communicating. You see it already on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Snapchat, in a virtual reality. And therefore, the art of communication and the language which drives civilization is eroding right in front of us as a humanity. So we are fierce about bringing bank to the marketplace to help build the communication channels digitally and interactively with humans and reconnecting humans. And that's why our mission is to connect and empower humanity, not through a virtual reality, but through actual human-to-human communication. We don't want it to become a lost art. The second major challenge that's creating significant disruption in the marketplace, and thus the evolution and the position for transformation, is what I would call turmoil. And turmoil means that there's a lot of disruption that's happening in the world, whether it's the animosities that we feel in, like here in the US market. I don't feel like we're the United States of America. I feel that we are the divided states of America. The left and the right are so polarized, whether it's gun laws, abortion laws, Roe versus Wade, whether it's vax or not vax, whether it's dysfunction about the war from Russia to Ukraine, or whatever else. Climate change is completely unraveling. And what's happening is it's fracturing relationships with human beings. And the human spirit is rising up and protesting. And this is why we've seen some dramatic protests. I don't choose to watch the news anymore, but of course you can't help but hear what's happening anyway. Domestic violence is up, suicide is up, murder is up, crime is up, and it's only going to continue to get worse. Again, humanity desperately needs a reason and a way to reconnect with itself, because I believe all of humanity is at stake. The third part of what's creating significant disruption in the marketplace, and again, disruption drives opportunity, is transition. there is a significant amount of transition happening. Just one aspect of transition is last year, 47 million people in the United States alone walked out from their jobs and said, see ya, don't want to be ya. All of the major Wall Street analyst firms are sitting there saying, we have no idea how to bring employees back to the workplace. We can't even get them to come to the office anymore. As a matter of fact, employees are giving their employers ultimatums that say, if you make me come to the office, I quit, I resign. Because they got used to living at home and they got used to being with their family and they don't want to go back anymore. On top of the ones that were let go or fired because of all the things that have happened. And what they're predicting right now is we're heading into a pretty massive recession, even if the news doesn't admit it, right? Our GDP is down 2 quarters in a row as a nation, which is an indicator of massive recession. And companies are getting ready to go through significant layoffs here in the coming next few quarters because all the government subsidies have run out and the revenues that they were reporting from the government subsidies were illusions and it wasn't coming from real customer purchases. And it's going to unravel the workforce. And that's why the gig economy is up and running and booming. That's why home-based businesses and network marketing are alive and booming. And that's why people are looking to take control of their own destiny more than ever before in the history of time. And that's created an unprecedented opportunity where humanity is perfectly positioned for what we call the great transformation. And I use the symbol here of a diamond because when humanity is under this much pressure, when you look at the pressure from technology that's impacting our world, when you look at the pressure from turmoil that's impacting our world, and the pressure from transition that's impacting our world, that pressure is exactly what turns people either into dust or into diamonds. What we are looking for is strong, entrepreneur-spirited individuals who want to go make a difference for this level of humanity, who wants to help guide and navigate people through these challenges and to deliver them to the other side in a very transformational way, personally and professionally. And so what we did as a company, based on our bank methodology, is we actually developed the most incredible coaching curriculum program that we could bring to humanity. And the only challenge that we have as a company is the distribution challenge of how do we move this into the marketplace at scale to impact lives quick enough before it's too late. And that's what's created the opportunity of why we're looking for individuals that want to get certified with this, create alternate or additional streams of income to subsidize your current revenue channels or completely replace them, and to be able to go out there and make an impact and make a difference for other human beings while you're doing it. To be honest, that is the value proposition of what a majority of humans are looking for, again, post-COVID. So I'm very proud and honored about this. And I'm aligned with the messaging from Tony Robbins, where he said, the 2 master skills of life for you personally, for your clients, are going to be the science of achievement, which is to go out there and crush it, bring home the bacon, and the art of fulfillment, which is to live a very happy, fulfilled, meaningful, joyful life. And pre-COVID, people were so confused about the meaning of life that all they did was pretty much sacrifice everything that mattered to them in exchange for making money, the hustle and grind, and trying to escalate their career or their business. And many, many people were so unsatisfied, but they were so trapped in the proverbial rat race that they didn't even know how out of balance they were until it was too late, until they're going through a divorce, until their children were no longer talked to them, until they get blindsided by something that happens in the marketplace, like COVID, that wipes them off the grid, or an employer who fires them after 20 years of service for this or that. And so what we built was bringing together the yin and the yang of the science of achievement, and the art of fulfillment with our program. Ultimately, what you will be doing if you become one of our certified coaches and trainers within our community is that you will be giving the gift of the key which unlocks the code. And I would consider this the key to humanity. This one single thing that you'll have access to by being one of our certified code breakers is that you will literally be able to transfer this key or this code to the people whose lives you're impacting to create significant change for them. I can't think of a more rewarding program, a more satisfying way of living, and it has a very nice revenue stream attached to it as well. So becoming a certified coach with us is about guiding people, helping to transform people through their own experiences. And I use whitewater rafting because there actually used to be a whitewater rafting guide. And the guide takes the position, not at the front of the boat, but the back of the boat. And the guide is what helps to navigate the journey and the successful accomplishments and milestones for its clients. And that's the role of a coach, and it's significant, and it's important, and it's meaningful. So I'm going to go into the details of becoming a certified coach, how to guide your clients in today's market, post-COVID, post-pandemic, to not only survive, because it's going to get worse, but to thrive, because there will be incredible opportunity for those that can successfully run the gauntlet. If you ever saw the movie River Wild. Ultimately, this is our product that we created in a coaching style format called the Bank iOS. iOS stands for Intelligence Operating System. We built our entire coaching program around 6 intelligences. And these intelligences, all 6 of them, compositely are going to optimize a human being personally and professionally in unbelievable, unimaginable ways. The idea is that you'll be helping your clients work smarter, not harder. Because again, post-COVID, people started to realize that they were working way too hard, that they were away from their home and their families and their children way too long. And they were home long enough to make it non-negotiable again going forward. It gives me goosebumps thinking about it. And again, I had my baby in COVID. My son was born in May of 2020. He was 6 weeks in the NICU. My wife and I were not able to visit him in the hospital except for on the day he was born together. He was born 10 weeks early at 30 weeks. He was 3 pounds, 11 ounces. Little guy came way too early. Thank God he was healthy, strong, and able to survive. But I can tell you, like, what people are going through in real life is like, they're looking for a better way. So let me introduce you to the 6 intelligences. The first intelligence that you would get certified, and think of these as modules. This is a complete done for you business in a box coaching program, literally soup to nuts, A to Z, built out for you. That's what we did during COVID. And the only ingredient that's missing is you, the coach. If you think of a comparative analogy of people who order food online and have it delivered, and it comes with all the ingredients required for cooking an amazing meal, and the only thing that's missing is you, the chef. That's how we built our coaching program. So the first module that you would literally be installing into the hearts and minds and souls of your clients is going to be the module of personality intelligence. And this is an incredibly valuable module, a life-changing one, because your clients will understand people better and how to communicate more effectively based on their bank code. This is going to give them an awareness and a superpower that they never had before, that they're going to need and want to use the rest of their life. The second module that you're going to be installing into your clients is sales intelligence. Now, this one is designed to increase their sales velocity and to help them close more sales in less time. But it can be applied again as entrepreneurs, as employees, or as executives. Sales is their ability to influence, to generate revenue, and to be able to get the yes in business-related conversations. And it's also going to help you as a coach for customer acquisition and actually getting clients who want to enroll and take the program in the first place. The third intelligence, one of my favorites, is emotional intelligence. To be honest, this has become such a differentiator that it has become non-negotiable for me in my personal private world. If you lack emotional intelligence, you don't belong in my sphere. And I don't mean to be rude by that, but instead, emotional intelligence is the ability for a human to optimize their key relationships by developing and expanding this emotional intelligence, the ability to connect and relate with other human beings. And again, post-COVID, more than ever before, this is a critical component. Harvard has done many studies on what's more important, IQ or EQ. And every single time they come back and say, look, all things being equal, EQ is more important, and you'll have a more successful life. You'll have a happier life, a more fulfilled life, and a more successful life if you have higher EQ. We have a foundational principle and product and program that develops and elevates someone's EQ, emotional intelligence. The fourth intelligence that you're going to install is artificial intelligence. Like it or not, AI is here to stay, and it's going to play a bigger and bigger role. And the key is, how do you leverage AI to your benefit? We've developed the world's first artificial intelligence that has emotional intelligence infused into it. And it's called Codebreaker AI. It's our own artificial intelligence. Forbes wrote it up and said, this is the future of sales. The AI can decode anyone's bank code in nanoseconds using it, including if they've never met before. And this is what becomes a game changer, because now you can build relationships and you can expand and build a global network using the AI and bridging that to build a relationship and shorten time frames for developing that relationship currency. The fifth module that you would be certified to teach is business intelligence. I can tell you, as a young entrepreneur, I had no idea what I was doing. I threw spaghetti noodles against the wall all the time and was happy that enough stuck that I could actually pay my bills, barely. But business intelligence, imagine, like, again, going forward in the business world, you need access to data and analytics, and you need to make smart decisions, and people don't have the capital to burn and practice on different marketing programs or gimmicks to see if it works or not. Most people are operating on very small, thin margins, and data is critical. So that this module is going to help your clients make data-driven decisions to optimize their business and to maximize their results. You're going to change and potentially save their business because of this module. And then the last, which quite frankly is the most important, is spiritual intelligence. Spiritual intelligence gives you access to the higher meaning and purpose to live a richer and more fulfilling life. Why that's important, and this is not to be confused with any type of religious construct. It has nothing to do with religion. It has everything to do with connecting humans to their divine purpose, their why, and getting them congruent on their path towards the life that Tony Robbins talked about, the science of achievement and the art of fulfillment, and bringing those two together. And one of the things that you'll learn inside of spiritual intelligence is we reveal 4 levels of wealth. And here's the interesting thing, is that money is only the first level. And when I look out there in the world, so many people are stuck at level 1 wealth, where they're only chasing the almighty dollar. Their whole life, like they're stuck in a video game on level 1. And there's so much more access to wealth, but most people don't know how to access it. You are going to coach them on how to do that. You will change someone's life and destiny forever as a result of installing these modules for your clients. So the Bank iOS coaching program, as I said, we've built the entire business in a box, soup to nuts program for you. All of the modules, the workbooks, we've built complete assessments. We give them access to tools, to training and technology on a monthly subscription basis. And you're going to provide them the mentorship and the accountability within your coaching program. So this coaching program is designed to be a 90-day program with your clients. However, You have the ability to fast track it because sometimes clients say, hurry up, I'm in a rush and I want to get through this fast. That would be your action types. And we do have coaches who accelerate the program. And you have some liberty with delivering it, including if you'd like to deliver it in a live face-to-face workshop style environment, which you also will be able to do. So we recommend that the coaching program is limited to 20 people at a time, because otherwise it's not coaching. It's just simply education content. Coaching is about having the interaction, the questioning, the accountability, the implementation, and so forth that the customer is looking for. As I mentioned, it also includes an assessment. This is a very incredibly revealing assessment designed by our head research teams, our division in Codebreaker Analytics, partnered together with San Francisco State University that has done a series of studies for our company to help us develop a very highly accurate, scientifically validated and measured assessment in each one of these 6 dimensions. And you will be, first of all, you're going to take this assessment and you're going to administer this assessment to your clients before and after their coaching program. And why this is so important is because so many coaching programs in the marketplace fail to deliver on what the customer actually thought they were going to get or the results that they would expect to get. And ours is very, very results driven. So it's high performance, incredible results across all 6 dimensions, and we have the ability to measure it and prove it over that coaching period. And that's going to be important for you because what that will create is recurring revenue streams as people take your coaching program, not just for one 90-day circuit, but over and over and over, because the more they repeat it, they repeat until 4 levels of wealth get unlocked. Now, we've also built, as I said, the tool training technology portfolio that is a subscription model that you will be offering as one of our licensed resellers, giving people access to the subscription model. This is a SaaS model with our software. And there's a revenue share attached to that, affiliate style, so that you can actually make money on every single client subscription, whether they are actively coaching with you or long after they've maybe moved on. As they stay subscribed to our products, you'll continue to get paid. And all of our coaches are required to also have an active subscription for obvious reasons. You're going to be using it and demoing it and benefiting from it all along the way. Okay. Now, when it comes to coaching as a profession, whether you're doing it part-time or full-time, coaching is taking a player where they can't take themselves. This is literally helping people level up and make that big leap. Behind every fearless player is a fearless coach who refuses to let them be anything but the best that they can be. So you're going to optimize human performance and get them to access levels of awesomeness inside that they didn't even know they had. Here's a quote that says, "I absolutely believe that people unless coached never reach their maximum potential." Because a coach can take you further than you'd go by yourself. And that's why clients are willing to pay big money, hundreds or thousands a month for this type of coaching. Champions don't show up to get everything they want. They show up to give everything they have. We're looking for champions of Codebreaker who want to show up to their coaching practice like this. And you will be looking for clients who want to do the same thing, who want to have a better life, and they're willing to invest money to access it. So the Codebreaker Coach program, let me walk you through the details of what the certification entails. What is the investment requirement? What is any ongoing expectations? What is the revenue model for massive and passive income streams? I'll walk you through that right now. And I believe in earning 2 types of money: massive income, which pays the bills up front and allows you to accomplish a lot today, and passive income, which is all of the money that you need for tomorrow. and to get you to a point of financial independence and freedom where you don't have to work ever again when you choose to. So the way that our coaching model works is that you as a coach are going to charge whatever you wish to charge for our coaching program. You could charge $1, you could charge $1,000, you could charge $5,000. And the model is that you keep 100% of that revenue. That's the cool thing. Once you're certified, you keep all the money in the bank for you on your coaching clients. On the subscription, where they're buying our technology in a SaaS model and in a monthly subscription model, you're going to get 20% revenue share on that subscription. Okay. So every time the customer invests $99 a month, you get roughly $20 a month residual income. All right. Now there is a fee for you to be a reseller if you want to get paid on the subscription revenue, and that's $199 a year, which is your fee for your Codebreaker website, which is unique for you with your all of your affiliate links built in. And of course, all of the marketing materials and sales funnels and things that you would expect to help you be able to grow your business and acquire clients. So that's $199 a year fee for your basically business operation cost and technology access, commission payment structures and whatnot. And then you'll earn a revenue share on every subscription sold into the future, as long as you stay active with us. Let me show you a quick few sample revenue models, okay? So you get to charge whatever you want for the coaching. Again, if you charge $1 for your clients, you're going to lose money because your time is worth nothing. Don't do that. We're going to teach you how to build business models with this, but we also give you pricing flexibility because it's different markets pay different amounts, and also different types of clientele pay different amounts. Professionals pay a lot more than amateurs, as an example, perhaps for the same content. And you might be in different categories of networks. So if you were to go out and get 10 clients to subscribe to the Bank iOS program for you, and you're going to facilitate one group of 10 people through this coaching series process of all 6 intelligences. Let's say you charge $500 per client to attend. Okay, you would make $5,000, which is 10 clients times $500 each. Plus, they are required to have the $99 a month subscription because they're going to be using the tools and technologies and access points throughout the coaching program. You're going to make the additional $20 a month on each one of those subscriptions. 10 subscriptions would yield you $200 a month. What I like about $200 a month, it might sound like not that much. I was a real estate investor and I would invest in homes worth hundreds of thousands of dollars just to make $100 or $200 a month cash flow. Here you don't have the headache or the expenses or the potential downside of real estate, and you have the $200 a month cash flow nonetheless. Now, if we switch this and say, instead of charging $500 per client, what if you have a little bit better access to people and they invest in $1,000 coaching program, right, with you? This would be a $10,000 yield, 10 people times 1,000, and you would still be at your $200 a month. Same 10 people, it's just you doubled the price, okay? So I want you to understand what this does. We have coaches that are charging this per month from their clients. So imagine if you have 10 people and they repeat and they go through 90 days, you have 10,000 plus 10,000 plus 10,000, and they can continue coaching with you again, over and over again, as they repeat through the process to get better and better. Let's say that you charge $2,000 for the program. Again, this is very typical with the high-end professionals that are your real estate agents, people who make a lot of big money. This is little money to them in exchange for the upside of what you can teach them to scale. And now you're looking at $20,000, whether it's a one-time payment or a monthly residual style payment, depends on the way that you structure your revenue coaching model, plus of course the $200 a month residual. So this gives you an example of the type of revenue that becomes possible with just simply going out there and teaching our content. Why we want you to be able to do it, we, the company, don't have the time. We're developing the products, we're building the marketplace, we're expanding the technologies. And so our coach, our certified community are the amazing, talented individuals that come here, get certified, and then bring the gift of this content, this education, these programs out into the marketplace and actually facilitate them, whether live virtually or live face-to-face. This just goes to show you, if you were to charge $1,000 total for the coaching program, just as a sample small revenue model, if you did this 4 times a year, right? So once a quarter, you were facilitating a group of people. If you had 5 people in your group and you did it 4 times a year, you'd make $20,000 with us in the year, plus $400 a month, which is an extra $5 grand. 10 people in a group 4 times a year would yield you 40,000 plus 800 a month, which is an extra 10 grand a year. And 20 people per group 4 times a year would give you an extra $80,000 plus 1,600 a month, which is another 20,000 a year. So again, this is the way that you create massive and passive income streams. And it can, of course, unlock a lot more opportunity. Most coaching programs fill up their next coaching program from referrals of the people who went through it in the first place. And so we'll teach you how to be experts at referring people as well. And that way you get help to fill up your clients. Now, I've reached the end. So it's decision-making time. And I love this quote from Tony Robbins. He said, the secret to an extraordinary life, because we're not looking for people who want an ordinary life, like that's already out there. That's status quo. But if you want the extraordinary life, it's to demand more from yourself than anyone else could possibly ever expect. So it's time to raise your standards. The cherry tree that's in front of you today is not the cherry tree that was here 5 years ago, 10 years ago, or 20 years ago. I've completely evolved as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a CEO, right? And that's what you have in front of you too. So if you say, I want to do this coaching program, what is the investment? Our full investment is a $10,000 investment to get certified. However, we are doing a very special promotion right now. And the special promotion that we're doing is at a half price special. And there's 3 options for payments because we know not everybody has the money up front or on their Visa MasterCard. There's a 4-pay option of $1,250, and there's a 12-pay option of $500 a month over the course of a year. Now you'll see the next session starting, it says August 10th, which is already behind us. And the reason is that there's one last window to join the class that's already riding the river with us, with a few makeup sessions for those of you that say, I can't wait. Or you'll be enrolling in one of our upcoming classes that's launching this fall. And the dates are close to being locked in. You're looking at a late October, early November start date, roughly. Okay. And we'll be, of course, in touch with you and coordinate that with your schedule. So the certification program is a 90-day program. For those that joined the one that just launched right behind me, then you'll get caught up and you'll be finishing it this fall, fully certified, ready to start making money before the year ends. For those of you that say, put me in the next one, then you'll be completing your certification in early Q1. And then starting in 2023, you'll be able to start monetizing this business model. Now, we do have coaches that make money before they even start certification. And you might say, well, how do you do that? It's very simple. Once you apply and pay your certification fees and set yourself up as a reseller inside of our system, subscribe to the $99 a month product, you have the ability to refer other coaches. And just like a headhunting recruiting agency, rather than us going out to the big agencies and saying, go find us coaches and trainers, instead we go virally through our coach network and say, look, if you know anyone who's talented, who's passionate, who's emotionally intelligent, who loves people and profit, and they're looking for alternative streams of income or potentially a second career or another revenue channel, by all means, have them come register for the webinar, have them come potentially apply. And if they're accepted, we'll pay you a referral fee. And what I love about that is that's our way of giving back. What we would pay to a recruiting agency, we pay to you instead if you refer us great talent. Some of the best coaches and trainers that we have in our entire company come from you, our incredible certified community, because you know people, and people know people. And so we pay you on anyone's certification fees. You would also get 20%. So for example, if one of your colleagues invests the $5,000 into certification, we would send you a $1,000 bonus payment and say thank you for that referral. Plus, you get paid on their subscription indefinitely as well. So it's a very cool business model. We're not multi-level marketing. We didn't want to go down that route because many of our clients are in that industry and we serve that industry, which is wonderful. And we also have coaches that are bringing this to all types of industries. We have coaches bringing it to healthcare. We have coaches bringing it to plumbing and HVAC. We have coaches bringing this to real estate, to network marketing, to gig economy, to franchise industries, the entire gamut. You can imagine chiropractors, doctors, lawyers are industry niches of people you have access to and the professionals and where they come from. So I want to invite you, for those of you that would be interested in applying, I'll give you instructions in just a moment. I will add that we are certified and accredited with the ICF. The ICF is the International Coaching Federation. They are the governing body of authority over legitimized coaching programs. So ours is not just some made up version, pie in the sky. Ours is an actual credentialed and accredited certification program with the ICF. If you have a membership with the ICF, you can get continuing education credits by going through our certification program, which meets the criteria that you're obligated to do by being an ICF member. If you're not, don't worry about it. It just goes to show you that we have the credentials to legitimize the program. In summary, one of my favorite quotes from Robert Kiyosaki, he said, most people get one, maybe two opportunities of a lifetime. What I'd share with you, especially in a post-COVID, post-pandemic world that is changing and transforming in front of your eyes, where business isn't the same, and people aren't the same. People's character and principles and what they're looking for has changed and evolved and leveled up. That this is going to be one of those, either your first or potentially last opportunities, if it's the right fit for you. This is one of those moments where you say, I'm in. And we want to respect each of your bank codes in the process. For those of you that rank high in Blueprint, we'll make sure that we outline the entire program step by step and walk you through exactly what's to be expected. No surprises. The actions are like, hurry up, let's go. Can I get in the one that just launched? Let's go. Time is money. And you're going to go tear it up and create massive action and opportunity for people, including yourself. For the nurturers, there's never been a better time to impact. You're going to have all of the meaningful tools, and especially the emotional intelligence and communication protocols on how to make people matter and make a difference in the lives of others. And of course, for the knowledge, we're on the cutting edge of innovation. Matter of fact, September 8th, I'm one of the top finalists in Southern California for the award of Innovator of the Year. We have innovation that is disruptive, and we're just getting started. So you can get all of your needs met here. What we're going to ask is that if you are serious about applying, then we're going to ask that you send us an email to coach@codebreakertech.com. I'm going to ask that one of our team members type that into the chat box right now, coach@codebreakertech.com. And that is what I'd like for you to send me is a quick email introduction. Our team reviews it, every application. I want to know who you are. I want to know what your bank code is, obviously. I want to know who referred you, because we're always going to say thank you to them and keep them in the loop. Like a recruiting agency, they care about you. And I want to know a little bit about your background and what would make you a great coach. Why does this resonate with you? And what industry are you connected or affiliated with? It's going to help us know different strategies of how to advise you. Lastly, I want to know what finance option you want. Pay in full, the $5,000 upfront, or the 4-pay of $1,250, or the 12-pay of $500. The finance programs with payments are all internal, no credit check required. It's just simply a contract for that term to make those monthly payments with us. And of course, receive all of the benefits of the program itself. Okay. So that's the instructions for those of you that wish to apply. I'll end with this, and then I'm going to stop sharing my screen and answer some questions for those of you that have some questions. And I'm going to ask that you type into the chat box, and I'll give you the instruction of what to type in just one moment. This is one of my favorite quotes right here. It says, your time is now to make your faith larger than your fear and your dreams bigger than your doubts. So friend, if that's you and you're like, man, I'm ready. I want way more faith than fear, and I want way bigger dreams than doubts, then right now is the time to apply to become one of our certified coaches. And you'll be thankful that you did, because right now we're still under 500 certified coaches. And where we're going to be growing and scaling this is into the thousands and then the tens of thousands as the marketplace starts to hear about who we are and what we do and who we're looking for and who we serve. So you're going to be part of that first group of the under 500 club for our community. So what I'd like for you to do in the chat box is, and now that I'm not sharing my screen, and I like to pop my collar because if you see it, like it's got some cool print underneath it. And if I had it down, you wouldn't even know. I'd like for you to put yourself into one of 4 categories in the chat. And this just helps us know who's on here. The number 4 type of person says, I'm already in, I'm already signed up. I'm one of your certified people and I love it. And that's why I'm showing up again today. So type number 4 into the chat box. You're already on the team. And I want to say thank you. And we love you guys. The number 3 type of person says, you know, I don't think this is for me. The timing's not right for whatever reason. I'll circle back later if things change. And it's just a no, not now. That's a number 3. The number 2 type of person says, I'm interested. I love what I'm hearing. I've got some questions. I'd love to have a phone call with someone. You're a number 2, type number 2. And the number 1 type of person says, hurry up, shut up, like give me an application. I'm in. Sign me up. I want to do this. Let's go. And there's been many in our community that have said, I'm a number 1. Let's do it. Okay. So type, whether you're a 4, you're already one of our coaches. A number 3, the timing's not right now. We appreciate you being here. We're going to invite you to be a client and subscribe, use our tools, use our methodology, go through our training, hire one of our coaches to help you in this process, even though you won't get certified. And certainly refer people to us. We'd love that. And we're grateful for that. Number 2, you have questions and you want a follow-up conversation, you're going to send us an email to coach@codebreakertech.com. And the number 1 says, I'm in, I'm sending you an email, and how do I get the application? All right. So thank you for typing this in the chat box. What I'd like to do is open it up for any type of questions that you may have and see if I can spend a few minutes with you answering any questions that perhaps you've already come up with. And again, most of the people that watch this are going to watch the recording of this instead of the live version. This is a small, intimate live version of it. Our big ones were already filled up right before we launched the last certification round, August 10th. But I wanted to do one because we always have people saying, when is your next one and how can I get in line to get certified? And that's why I thought, you know what, I have some time in my schedule. Let's do it. My little 2-year-old son's at the park with our nanny. So it's a good time to get me isolated for a conversation. So my schedule this fall is heating up pretty intensely, and I'm going to be traveling a lot and not able to have these webinars as frequently. So what questions do you have? If you have a question or a comment, please raise your hand and I'll call you out here, and then we can go ahead and wrap the call. Cindy, you said, you typed in the chat box, you said, just to verify, if people can't hop on this one, can they get the reduced rate? We're going to hold that $5,000 investment half price cost heading here into the fall. I'm not sure exactly when it's going to bump to the full $10,000 rate, but it's coming. And so the window is getting smaller for the strike while the iron's hot. But here's what I'll say is, for those that say this is definitely what I want to do, as long as you put your application in and the funding on an approved payment plan all up front or on a payment plan, then you'll lock in that rate. As opposed to if you're like, well, I'll wait and circle back and talk to you guys in January, it'll most likely be at the full 10,000 at that point. Okay. So this is the reduced rate window. Hopefully that helps answer your question. Okay. Any questions, any comments? Maybe I'll take 1 or 2 comments from some of our certified trainers that are absolutely loving this. If you want to raise your hand. Cindy, did you want to come out here?
Yeah, I love the format tonight. Well done, Sherry. I really
Thank you.
wish I had more people here tonight. I wish my guests could come, but this is recorded and we'll be able to get it to them, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Right on. Yeah, it was very well done. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. Yes, I did it in a different code tonight. For those of you that are trained enough in the code, I shared this webinar through the lens of a different code. And that actually creates the variety. The message might be the same, but the code changes and it's going to resonate differently with different people. That's important to pay attention to. All right. Awesome. Catherine and Tony Bass, you want to come out here real quick?
Thank you, Sherry. I apologize for joining the call late. We've been busy the 2021 tax season won't go away for us. So, but we had an interesting exchange with the guy at a restaurant just a little while ago. And it's very interesting because as you stand there and talk to people, once you become a certified coach and as you dive into the system, you cannot help but to try to figure out what their code is as they're talking. And that was an interesting process because we kind of went back and forth and you could narrow him down to what his code was. And we thought that was very interesting. Why do I say that? Because when Catherine and I first became certified coaches, it was specifically for our network marketing business. It wasn't for the life-changing event that it became. And so to be standing there in that restaurant talking to a guy a year later and your whole demeanor, your whole personality has kind of changed based on what you've learned in the system, it blew us away. And we talked about that all the way back home. So it was fascinating.
Yeah. And one of the other things, when you were doing the presentation, you mentioned how it's helped relationships. Well, we always thought that we had a great relationship and we're able to communicate, but it's amazing how Bank has enhanced our relationship. I mean, it's taken it to a whole other level that I was not expecting. And it's even helped me, even just with myself personally. I used to tease about, well, you have to go find yourself. Well, I think Bank helped me find myself. And I always thought that was kind of funny. I'm like, well, how are you lost? But, it's just that realization of really kind of what makes you tick as well.
Yeah.
So it's been beyond worth
I love hearing it. And I love seeing how it applies personally and professionally. And it does. It's 24/7, 365. The code is always happening. Right. And so, yeah, it's changed me as a person also from being sales driven and using this to close more sales to completely shifting into a global movement of make people matter. It's made me kinder. It's made me softer. It's made me more humble. It's made me more approachable. I'm still in action in my first position, but I'm nurturing right behind it. And you can feel the blend of that. The other day I recorded a Facebook Live video and I'm doing this new fitness, mental toughness, 75-day challenge. And my first video was really intense. It was action. I was fired up. I had a few swear words, which I don't swear very often, but when I'm fired up, I do sometimes. And then this morning I did a different video where I was up on a walk. I took a hike up in the Laguna Beach Mountains right behind me. And I got up there in time to see the sunrise crest over the mountain. And it was like, my heart was so filled with gratitude. I was completely and totally in a nurturing conversation. And I even talked about my third eye and the funny, I had to laugh to myself because here's a video of the same person in total action mode. And then here's a video of the same person in complete and total nurturing mode. And it's when you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear and the heart to feel wow, this is going to give you a superpower like no other superpower on the planet. And so the coaching program it's the consumption of the certification of it is going to level you up and optimize you in ways that you cannot imagine. You will transform like coal to diamond as a human being. If you think you're already good now, like you have another level that you might not even know about that you're going to access. And then when you are the mouthpiece and the mentor to transferring this to other human beings, it's kind of like if you're a parent and you get to see the joy by bringing a child into the world, you get to see the joy of transformation for your clients. And quite frankly, it's addictive. So let me wrap this by turning it over to Kathy. Kathy, I know you want to come out here and share too. Kathy is one of the best coaches on the planet. She started her coaching career in athletics, coaching championship major league teams. And Kathy internally went through all of our certification programs and taught our curriculum. And now we pulled her internally into the Codebreaker corporate team. She's our director of leadership development, and she oversees the growth, the personal growth, and the business growth of our entire coach trainer community. So Kathy, I want to give you a chance to come out here and share a few words as well.
Yeah, thanks, Sherry. Thanks for the opportunity. Yeah, what I wanted to share is that, you know, when I first was introduced to the methodology, I got it. Like, it was so simple and it was so effective. And I have a background in psychology and coaching, but I love the fact that everything was so simple. And yet when I got it, it kind of blew my mind. But I've used this in so many different areas of life that's why I actually wanted to be part of the corporate team, because I wanted to be part of taking it out even further than we have. And I'm speaking to people right now all over the world that get this. They get it. I talked to a coach from Australia yesterday, just by telling him that his website was written all in a particular code and it wasn't the one he wanted to attract. Within a matter of minutes, he saw what was possible. And his biggest commitment, he's high nurture, his biggest commitment is making a difference in the world. So so my invitation to you is get more information if that's what you need to really look at. Is this something that could complement what you're already doing? Is this something you could see yourself doing? There's so much flexibility in the coaching program itself. Or if you found somebody who wanted to be certified in it, there's even opportunities inside of that. So thanks for taking your time to be here. Really take a look at what this is. I'm probably one of the most skeptical people out there. Just look at my code. And boy, when I saw the coaching program and what was possible and what the difference it could make, like I said, I had to get part of the corporate team, not just do it as a coach, but actually have a say in how it goes for all the coaches. So thank you for joining us. Again, reach out. I'm available at coach@codebreakertech.com. And thank you for being here. Really, thank you.
We appreciate each of you. And again, send us an email if this is something that you want to follow up on or apply to, and share it with others. If you know other talented people that would be perfectly aligned with us, we're grateful for that opportunity. So again, get out there and make people matter and take it to the bank.